Hey, hey, I'm Ayuma Michelle, and welcome to Let's with Ayuma. This is an online safe space that I started for millennial women just like me, empowering us to thrive with purpose. So, today we'll be covering how to think beyond borders and beyond boundaries for our success. So just earlier this week, I was actually thinking and reflecting about, my family, and also reflecting about, future generations that will come through me in my family. And it was really beautiful to just think of what it took to get my parents to even meet, to get my family to even be together, and what it took to get us as an entire family and to actually where we are, even just physically. So what I realized is way before, because I'm Kenyan, and my parents are actually Kenyan, although my mom's side they actually came from Uganda as well. I realized that it took my ancestors moving from, let's say, Uganda to Kenya. It took my ancestors even before that maybe to move all the way, maybe from the Congo forest all the way to where we are right now in Kenya. It then took my grandparents to move from wherever they moved to wherever I call now my village. Then it took my parents moving from their villages, you know, to come to Nairobi to seek to pursue their careers, in media and in the medical industry, for them to even meet. And then it took them meeting for them to actually come together, become a couple, then actually start a family. And then it took them actually bringing me into the world for me to actually realize that, hey, I can actually start some kind of like an enterprise that actually serves the world. I have managed to serve 380 women from across the world, women leaders from across the world in 5 continents. You get what I mean? And this is through online and offline services. And these women are in different parts of the countries, in different parts of the world, from the Netherlands to Denmark to India to the US, different parts of the world. And I just realized, my goodness, if I didn't think of moving in a different way, for my parents, it was literally physical, right? They moved from the village to the city. But for me, I'm realizing that, especially for my generation as millennials, we will need to rethink what moving is. Yes, physical is also required, in that we can no longer limit ourselves to just our countries or our villages. We need to think East African. For example, if I'm Kenyan, I need to think East African. If I'm East African, I need to think Africa. But it's come to a point where we have access to the world. Our dreams, we need to set them up in a way that they have access to the world. And I felt so strongly about this, you guys, to a point where I was like, sis, whatever dream you have, don't hold yourself back. Set it up for the world, set it up to serve the world. And a beautiful story that I came to learn is actually through Trevor Noah, who's now the host of the Daily Show. He's South African. And also Chimamanda Ngozi Adichie. I don't know whether it's Adichie or Adichie, but she's Nigerian. But now and she's an amazing author. My goodness. Just Google Americana and find out how amazing she is. And I just thought of these two excellent examples. And for example, somebody like from Kenya, Lupita Nyong'o. She's a Kenyan actress, amazing, phenomenal, award-winning actress from Kenya. For these three people to actually succeed globally, yes, they are from Africa, but I realized that they needed to set up themselves and their dreams and their ideas for the world. Yes, Trevor is from South Africa. Yes, Chimamanda is from Nigeria. Yes, Lupita is from Kenya. But they are now global phenomenons. They are now global names. They are global brands. And so I'm just strongly sensing that I need to share with you guys that whatever idea you have, the world is welcome to it. Not just Africa, not just your specific scene wherever you are, but the world is ready for your idea. Are you willing to set it up for that success? And I kid you not, I also started thinking, I'm a single woman who's single and secure, and I'm trusting God for his perfect timing for when I'll meet my, the man of my dreams. But then I have friends who challenged me. Because they were like, Ayuma, the kind of men you've been attracting are actually global professionals, and they are global travelers, and they work in global companies, and they live in different parts of the world. They're actually foreigners. So are you setting yourself up for that? So I've talked about the professional side, right? But now this is the personal, human side. Are you setting up yourself up for that? Because just imagine, what if that love, that romance, that family, that dream that you have, what if it depends on you moving physically, or setting yourself up to move, so that wherever that person is, it can actually be possible. Yes, I had to really be real with myself, because I was like, what? I've become so good. I really love my country, you guys. I love my country. But then I was like, wow, the kind of people I've been attracting are global professionals who keep moving, and they work for global companies, which sometimes, and these are very exceptional people, they keep being posted in different parts of the world. Am I setting up my life for that? Am I setting up my passions for that? Am I setting up for my business for that? And to be honest, because I'm in the middle of a rebranding project, I literally had to put that in mind. Not just what does my business need, but also what do I need? How can my business also sustain me and set me up for the other parts of my life that I desire to thrive in? And I realized that this is one very powerful way in which I could actually do it, by setting up my business, setting it up for the world. A powerful thing that there was a conversation between Chimamanda and Trevor, and what they said is that the specificity of your story then makes it global. So do not be afraid that now you need to start thinking. Thinking globally does not necessarily mean now you speak all languages in the world, and now you're talking about global trends and global, what is it called? Global, like, current affairs and stuff like that. No, that's not the case. What it is be so authentic with your story, that knowing that the world is open to it. Set it up. For example, if I am Kenyan, I speak a couple of languages, and one of them is Kiswahili. If I was sharing this information and only speaking in Kiswahili, does the rest of the world know Kiswahili? No. But whatever it is that I'm sharing, it's very specific to me. It's very specific to my journey. And therefore, that is the global narrative. That's the specific story that's so authentic and true to me, that then I'm setting up for a global audience. And so my challenge to you today, and especially after learning about this and just reflecting even on my Christian walk, the very symbol of discipleship, I'm getting to think, and because I'm literally in the branding process, I'm thinking that visually representing my journey as a disciple, I keep thinking of feet. You know those footsteps, the emoji of footsteps. I literally think that is like, if that was to be a logo of disciples, that would be it, footsteps, because it's about moving. When Jesus was commissioning his disciples to go out into the world, he said, I did not come just here for the Jews, it's for the world. So yes, he was born in a very specific culture, a very specific family. But the message and the gift that he had to share with the world was actually for the world. It was global. So his story was very specific to the Jewish culture, but the essence of it and the gift was for the entire world. And that's why he commissioned the disciples to go into the world, not just to the Jews, to the world, to the Gentiles, to people like me right now. As an African, I'm talking about Jesus. Can you imagine? For me as an African today, to talk about Jesus, it took somebody moving beyond the Jewish culture, moving beyond the Greek culture, the Roman culture, moving beyond the Middle Eastern side and stuff like that, for me to be able to speak with such fluency and confidence about Jesus Christ as my Lord and Savior. You get what I mean? So, and for my brand, I'm currently setting up Let's for the Globe. So I hope to share with you guys more about it. And because I'm just realizing that I'm getting so many opportunities to serve a global audience as a speaker, as a coach, and also as a facilitator. And it's just really exciting that finally the world is so hungry for diversity. The world is so hungry for different voices, ideas from different parts of the world. It's not just Hollywood, it's not just the US, it's not just the dominant kind of like spaces and places where we've always heard, oh, these places are amazing. But the world is hungry for you. The world is hungry for your idea. The world is hungry for your message. Whatever idea that is, how are you setting it up for the world? And remember, you're not trying to manipulate your idea or whatever it is you have to offer just so that you can serve everyone, so that you can suit everyone. No. The thing is, whatever it is you have, having that mindset, growth mindset, but also a global mindset, knowing that your story is welcome, your idea is welcome, your intervention is welcome. You are welcome to serve the world. Don't hold yourself back. It took our parents to move for us to be here. It took Jesus moving for us to be here, even as believers. It took something moving for us to exist here, talking about the ideas and the amazing things that we enjoy today. It took somebody moving. And for me, I am challenging you. Will your future generations thank you for moving? Will your future generations, and I'm going to share with you a beautiful video and a beautiful story, another revelation I got about legacy, changing generational legacies. But today, I'd like to just challenge you to just think and reflect. Your current idea, your current life, the current thing that you're setting up right now. How are you setting up yourself to move so that future generations can thank you? Future generations can prosper. Future generations can be opened up to a whole new world of gifts, adventures, knowledge, opportunities, and success. It starts with you. But the question is, are you willing to move? Are you willing to move? Right? So that's all for today. Let's with Ayuma. And this is I'm Ayuma Michelle, sorry, and this is Let's with Ayuma, an online safe space that I started and I created for millennial women just like us to thrive with purpose. Don't forget to like, comment, and to subscribe. And just comment below, what are you willing to move? In what way are you willing to move? So that you can thank yourself and so that future generations can thank you for moving, right? So yes, that's all for today. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.